Everybody, it's 7:51, 94.9 News Now and Stimulating Talk. I hope you're still out there. I told you guys this was going to be a show for me, my wife, my circle of friends, and again, it has been. So we're talking a lot about my dog, my best friend, who died on Tuesday, and I was gonna tell the story, from start to finish, but I'm not gonna tell the story about what happened and how it happened, but just know. I mean, like I said earlier today, I'm a heartbroken 46-year-old man who has been crying for the last 2 days, and I thank everybody out there for the support. I can't thank my wife enough. I can't thank my immediate family enough. My mom, my dad, who was there with me, the whole time while I was hugging my dog on the floor. And, all the wonderful messages from people out there on Facebook and emails and text messages and calls. And, Christine's friends who were actually there, too, at the end, who stood by my wife when I couldn't because I was too overwhelmed. Rick Coster is here. And, again, I didn't want to make this a morbid show, but Rick Coster is here. Shared some stories about his wonderful dog, Gumbo. And I'm lucky enough I got a chance to meet him a bunch of times, but he's a great dog. So make sure you give him a hug from me and my wife today for sure.
I think the last text messages on our phones, you were taking Bailey to the vet a week or so ago, and I texted you to see how it went, and I still got the text, but it's just like give Bailey a hug, and you go, right back at you, Gumbo. It's like sometimes we forget there are people in the world because it was just so dog-centric. And, I don't know if you've mentioned it yet, but I think it's worth mentioning because maybe this will get our butts in gear to do it again, but it hadn't been that long ago when you and I sort of sponsored a Greyhound rescue event, and Bailey was there. There was all these svelte model greyhounds wandering around like runway models, and Bailey, you could tell which one wasn't the greyhound.
Yeah,
but we got some nice homes for some greyhounds that day.
Yeah,
we should do that again.
I would like to very much do something. I've been throwing around the idea of just in celebrating the new station that I'm on right now, and they're 100% behind it. Maybe trying to get 94 dogs adopted.
Fabulous.
In a short period of time. So maybe we can do like a live broadcast until 94 dogs are broadcast. So I'll throw that out to all the folks out there who are listening who might be associated with a shelter or two shelters or a group of shelters. And if we can put that together, I am certainly willing to donate the time to put that together. We can get the 94 dogs adopted.
I'm on board.
I think I would really like that. So I mean, we were talking off the air. It's more detailed off the air. I'm not going to sadden everybody by getting into it. But there are weird things that have been happening, Rick. I wanted to share this with you real quick because, there are stories. Again, I could tell stories about me and my dog forever. I mean, we got in so much trouble and just, I've taken him everywhere. Took him everywhere. But yesterday, me and my wife were driving around. This is the weirdest thing. And there was a guy who called. First, my phone rings, and it's a 917, so it's a New York number.
Sure.
I look at it. I said, maybe it's my cousin. I couldn't get to it in time because I was getting a tattoo of my dog's print. So that comes and goes. The person hangs up, doesn't leave a message. I'm like, okay. A couple minutes later, we're driving. After I get the tattoo completed, we're driving, and it's the 917 number again. I go, I'm going to pick it up. And it's a gentleman from New York who I had interviewed maybe a half a dozen times when I was working at a previous station. This is 10 years ago. I haven't talked to this guy, Rick, in 6 years, okay?
All right.
Guess what he does for a living? He's a psychic.
You're kidding.
Right? He's a psychic. That's what he does. I mean, we used to bring him on, and he would give people readings on the air.
I remember that.
Now, whether or not you believe in that, whether or not that's even possible, to get a call literally the day after And then what does the guy do, Christine? He starts talking at length about just things, and things that.
Yeah, your dog, this dog was like a child to you. And we don't have kids. I mean, Bailey was our boy. Like a kid.
But it was just so unbelievably, is it coincidental is the word I'm looking for? It was just incredible that this man called.
No, I think I'm not the most conventionally spiritual guy in the world, but I think stuff like that happens, and it's not a coincidence.
I think it's incredible. Just the fact that the guy called me, I don't know. I just thought that was an amazing thing.
That a psychic would call.
And then, tell me that it's going to be okay. And he said he's going to call me on Saturday. And I said to him as we were hanging up the phone, I said, listen, I hope and I pray that when our best friends pass and die, that they go someplace.
Right.
And they wait for us.
Yep.
And I told him, I said, your job on Saturday is to talk to my dog between now and then and give me something that only he would know. You know what I mean? Because something that I say to him that only, and don't say, I don't want any words, because there are certain words, and I don't want any way to compromise this. But if he can come back and give me a phrase or two that only that dog has heard, it's going to make me the happiest. It's going to make me the happiest person in the world. Rick, you got to do a couple of night and day things. We got just 3 minutes to do this if you can.
And I was supposed to go get the camera this morning, and I was like, well, I was already crying, which is real safe, blasting down 95. The lights prisming through the tears in my eyes. And I said, what, I'm not going to film this. It's not. But I do have to do this. You're right. It is Wizards of Weekend. So we're going to have, instead of a video, which you're looking at, which are normally comical and entertaining, we're going to just have a memorial photo of Bailey for people to listen to this audio and look at Bailey.
By the way, JB just texted me real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think our 94 dogs in, let's say, 94 hours is the Bailey Elsie Adoption Foundation, or the BEAF. Go ahead.
That's good.
I like it.
One of my favorite bands of all time is a British band called The Fix from the New Wave era, but they far transcend the stereotypes or whatever of that. Tonight, they are at the Madison Beach Hotel in Madison, and it's free. And not only do they just have an insane catalog of great songs, it's a really, really good live band. So that's absolutely my pick of the week because I am so enamored of them. But I should point out that there's some, like, Zac Brown Band is one of the biggest bands in the world right now. They're going to be at the Mohegan Sun Arena Friday and Saturday. You guys into the Zac Brown Band?
Yeah,
at all?
I love them.
Do you really? Mm-hmm. No tickets? You want to go?
Sure.
Rick will get us for him. All right, guess
Thanks,
what?
Rick.
Make one more pick because we're out of time.
Adopt a Dog.
I like
That's
that.
my pick.
Rick, you're one of the good ones. I can't thank
Love you
enough.
guys, man.
I love you back, buddy. Give Gumbo a hug for us. We're going to take a break. Top of the hour. Colonel Rob Simmons joins us next. Hang on.